Well, a very good evening, race fans, and a very warm welcome to the home of British motorsport here at Silverstone Circuit for what should be here at rounds 5 and 6 of the PDC Racing League 2020. A very close fight at the top of the championship after the first 4 rounds of the season, and over 20 intrepid racers ready to do battle in identical single-seater race cars here on the Silverstone Grand Prix circuit. My name is Dave Ballard, your commentator for this evening. We're getting with the 15-minute qualifying session very shortly before 2 taking place here tonight. The first over 20 minutes, the second over 40 minutes. First of all, we will take the table so far after the first 4 races of the season. A great battle over in the USA in rounds 3 and 4 of the championship last week. It really is Gavin Johnson, car number 9, who leads the championship by just 2 points heading into this round, ahead of Dan Blake, the regular Mazda MX-5, former Hyundai Coupe Cup racer. And then further back on 70 points, 11 down on Dan Blake, is Ian Best in 3rd place in the points, ahead of Rick Selby, Ian Bailey and Ben Leach. Although I'm told Ben Leach not competing tonight, so he may slip down the points table. We'll see the qualifying seconds in a few minutes' time getting underway to set the grid for the first of our 2 races here this evening at Silverstone. All the drivers using identical Skip Barber Formula 2000 cars as used at the famous racing school. A very evenly matched field we have got here this evening. We'll start by saying a thank you to all our sponsors here this evening. Of course, PDC Electrical Engineers, the backers of the championship. Their lead man, Jason Wood, is competing here tonight, car number 41, so look out for him. We've also got SR Electrical, thanks to Steve Tuff for his support this evening. Wholesale specialising in electrical products. Also Pin Gin, Bottomley Distillers, producing Pin Gin and Rumcat. There is a Rumcat sponsored car in tonight's race as well. We'll pick that up as the evening goes on. I think that's the car that Jason Wood is driving, the Rumcat car. Also RS Components and also Template Engineering Consultancy based on the UK's railway system as well. Drivers out on track at the moment, as you can see, setting their qualifying times. There's the very rather rust-liveried, almost rat-look car of number treble 8, one of our star names. That's Chris Knox, the former Mini Challenge champion, also a stunt driver who's worked on the Fast and Furious film series, among others. So there we have Dan Blake, number 27. We mentioned his successes in Hyundai Coupes. He was a class champion in the Nippon Challenge, as well in his Mazda MX-5. He's competed in the 5 Club MX-5 series run by the 750 Motor Club as well. There's the number 113 car, I think that is. That's Alex Rivette, the Yearone Racing car, Castle Combe Formula Ford 1600 regular over the years. And Blake's quickest in the free practice session has just come to an end. Ahead of Pip Hammond and Ian Gribben, number 21, classic stock hatch regular. Look out for his navy and white livery car. There is Dan Blake, the number 27 car, one of the pace setters so far, ahead of Pip Hammond in the number 71, the red and white machine there with the yellow wheels. In this Silverstone historic Grand Prix circuit, we see Pip Hammond heading through Priory and Brooklands towards the end of the lap. Qualifying time starting to come in now. Only a short qualifying session here, just about 5 minutes for the drivers to set their laps. So not long for them to get their lap times in. Quickest at the moment is the number 9 of Gavin Johnson with his distinctive red crash helmet for this event. There is a story behind that which we'll tell you about when we get a chance during the first race. Gavin Johnson quickest of a 2-minute 4.056, 2/10 of a second quicker than Carl Jacquelet in the number 42, one of the Yearone Racing cars. Dan Blake is third fastest in the number 27. Then Gary Bailey, Banger Racing regular in the black 00. Now, who was the most famous 00 in motorsport history, I wonder? That's right, Dick Dastardly. Hopefully no dastardly deeds from Gary on track this evening. Fifth quickest is Alex Rivette, number 113, the Formula Ford regular, looking to switch to Mazda MX-5 racing this year. Got several Mazda MX-5 racers out there. And there is Gary Bailey, number 00, comes from a Banger Racing family in the southwest of England, the most famous of his family being Steve Bailey, multiple title winner. I've commentated on him winning a fair few Banger races over the years. There's Ben Hansey, number 40, big name in the Mazda MX-5 racing world, the 2019 5 Club MX-5 champion, no less. He's currently 8th in the qualifying times. We've got just less than 2 minutes now to go in this qualifying session for rounds 5 and 6 of the PDC Racing League here at Silverstone. Using one of the older layouts at Silverstone, you can see Bridge Corner, famous fast right-hand flick still in use there as Ben Hansey goes through. And a new name goes to the top of the timesheet. That's a cracking lap by Rafał Drasz. I hope I've pronounced that correctly. The Polish-born racer. Here he is coming through Luffield, the orange and blue livery car. Rafał, the Polish-born driver, regular in the BRSCC Mazda MX-5 Championship. Over the last couple of years, had a few podiums there. Chris Knox now goes second. The racer and stuntman in car number 888. Dan Blake down to third. Gavin Johnson, the Porsche 924 regular, is fourth. Oh, big slide there by the number 79 of Rafał Drasz. Here's one of the Yearone Racing cars, number 27. That is Dan Blake. Third quickest. Successful sim racer and on-track racer. Looks like he's just easing off there. There's less than a minute left on the clock now before we decide the grid for our first race. To be over 20 minutes. There's the number 41 car. That's Jason Wood, the PDC Racing car. Jason, the man behind PDC, Electrical Engineers, sponsors of this racing league. He also competes in a Vauxhall Nova in the Classic Stock Catch Championship, sponsored by Cats. Will he be celebrating with a glass of rum if he takes a win tonight? Well, not if he drives like this. He's going off. Oh dear. Jason Wood slides into the gravel trap. He should get out from there. Yes, manages to do so. And the qualifying session does come to an end. So we'll make a note of our grid then. In pole position for race 1 of the evening will be Rafał Drasz, number 79. And in second will be number 888, Chris Knox. So 79 and 888 on the front row. On the second row, number 27 of Dan Blake. And number 9, which is Gavin Johnson. Third row, number 42, is Carl Jacquelet. Number 00, Gary Bailey. Fourth row, 49, Ian Bailey. Bit of family rivalry going on there. And 113, Alex Rivette, will line up in 8th place. 3 is in position. 71 and 13 next. That's Pip Hammond and Ian Best rounding out the top 10. So it looks like we are almost ready to get underway with our first race of the evening. Hope you enjoy the action, ladies and gents, here on the Grand Prix circuit at Silverstone, the home of British motorsport. We are almost ready to rumble for 20 minutes of racing. Revs beginning to rise. Rafał Drasz in pole position in car number 79. Alongside him, Chris Knox in treble 8, and away they go. Down towards Cox Corner for the first time. Who's going to get the whole shot then? Charge their way up towards Cops. This is going to be an interesting one through the first corner. Looks like Rafał Drasz has just about got the advantage ahead of Knox. And it's the 2 Yearone Racing cars of Dan Blake in there. I think that was Alex Rivette with a decent start, possibly in behind him. A couple of cars going wide towards the back. They head towards the Maggots and Beckett's complex for the first time. It's Knox on the tail of race leader Rafał Drasz as they head into Beckett's for the first time. Dan Blake in third. It's Gavin Johnson in fourth position, I think, in the number 9. Somebody going off. I think that's Carl Jacquelet, the number 42 car that has gone possibly there. We'll pick that up in a moment as they head down the Hanger straight for the first start. So it's Rafael Drash who leads from Chris Knox. Dan Blake is in third. Next side by side with Gavin Johnson in there in the number 9. Drash continues to lead from Knox as they head through Stowe Corner, then onto Club, looking fairly busy back in the pack there. In this 20-minute race, 2.5 minutes gone. They start to sort themselves out to come round a complete lap number 1. It'll be Rafael Drash leading as they complete the first lap. They're heading up towards the end of the lap now. So the first lap having been completed, then it is still Rafael Drash with the lead by 1 second over Chris Knox, then Dan Blake in third place, Ian Bailey 4th, 3.5 seconds down on the lead. So they're starting to string out down the pack now.
Currently got a couple of technical issues there with Dave, so I'll try and jump in and pick up on his expertise. So currently riding with Rick Selby. He's chasing down Edward Cooper.
We picked them up coming through at Stowe Corner. Sorry for the problems there. I've lost sight of some of the cars on the screen there. Apologies for the confusion there, ladies and gents. Currently riding with Rick Selby in the midfield there, currently in around 8th position. It is still Rafael Drash who leads by just under 1.4 seconds ahead of Chris Knox. So the two front row men setting the pace in our first race of the day, which is entitled after a special person we have here at Silverstone today, race 1 called the Yearone 200, named in honour of Erin Griffiths, who is here at the race today at Silverstone. Hope she's enjoying the action. Here's the midfield battle coming through, the blue and yellow car there. That is Edward Cooper, another of our classic stock hatch racers, the number 16 car. This is in the, I believe he races Pip Hammond's old Nova times.
A few technical issues there, Dave. Welcome back. I think we've lost you again.
I'm doing my best to follow the progress of the race from the live timing at the moment.
Yeah, we're just riding with Ian Bailey at the moment in third place.
Yes,
Closely followed by Dan Blake.
Just got past Dan Blake there into third position. The number 27, the Yearone Racing car, drops down a slot. Gavin Johnson is in fifth place in car number 9 in the PDC Racing car. Still your leader is Rafael Drash, coming up to the 8-minute mark, so 12 minutes to go in this 20-minute race. Still Drash from Knox. He's increased his lead now to just over 2 seconds.
Pretty comfortable race for him out there at the moment, Dave.
Still Drash from Knox then. Ian Bailey in third now, trying to establish a gap of about just under half a second ahead of Dan Blake now. It's Johnson and Rivette, Rick Selby, David Ward, Edward Cooper and Pip Hammond rounding out the top 10. Pip Hammond, number 71. He will race absolutely anything, he tells us. He's an ex-classic stock hatch champion. Won the Porsche 924 championship as well. Raced a Porsche Boxster last year. Works as a racing instructor, but he's back in the pack at the moment. So Rafael Drash leads the way down the straight, going through to complete another.
Just stick with it, mate. Just see what you can do. If you can just commentate off the timing screen, that's fine. I'm going to Dan Blake and Ian Bailey because they're having a massive battle.
Great battle going on at the moment for third place between Ian Bailey and Dan Blake here. They're coming out off the left-hander there towards the Hanger Straight. Fairly close here at the bottom end of the course, I would reckon, in a few moments' time. Down the straight they come. Looks like Bailey just ahead there, the blue and white machine. Ahead of Dan Blake, the green, pink and black. Very snazzy colours for Yearone Racing. So we're just past the halfway mark in this race, coming up to 11 minutes gone, 9 to go. And Dan Blake tucked right under the rear wing almost there of Ian Bailey in these identical Skip Barber Formula 2000 cars used by the famous race school in the USA. Through Bridge Corner they come there, and Blake unable to get past Ian Bailey. Still Rafael Drash increasing his lead. This is impressive from the number 79. 3 3/4 seconds clear of Chris Knox. Brooklands Corner still very close there for third place. Trying to close up on Chris Knox. Somebody's clipped the cones there on the outside. A couple of road cones go flying. Nice little battle behind there. And Gavin Johnson and Alex Rivette. I think Rivette's got ahead there, possibly of the number 9 of Johnson. Waiting for them to come through over the start-finish line. Here comes that battle down the straight there. Meantime, Ian Bailey running wide at Copse Corner. This could be Dan Blake's opportunity, but Bailey cuts back across him. Further back, Rivette has indeed got ahead of Gavin Johnson there, just about holding that place as the third place battle goes through Beckett's. The two leaders already away and clear, some 8 seconds clear of this pair. Rafael Drash leading by 5.3 seconds now, ahead of Chris Knox. We'll have a look back further back in the field in a moment. Still Drash, Knox, Bailey, Blake, Rivette, Johnson, and David Ward, Rick Selby, Edward Cooper, and Pip Hammond rounding out the first 10 in this first race at Silverstone this evening, the Erin 200, named in honour of Erin Griffiths. I wonder if she'll be presenting the trophies afterwards on behalf of one of the race sponsors, Template Engineering Consultancy. 13 minutes of the race gone, still very close for third place. They come through there, taking a bit of curve on the inside of Bridge Corner. Now through Brooklands and Luffield, and still Ian Bailey in the blue and white number 49 car, defending the place very nicely. One driver we haven't seen much of so far is Ben Hansey, the MX5 champion from the 750 Motor Club, the number 40 car, running down in 14th place at the moment. And Dan Blake make a move here as they go into Copse Corner. No, he can't, but again, Bailey runs wide over the curve. He always does that. And Bailey holds it together, and they are closing a little, I would say, on Chris Knox for that second place, the former mini challenge champion in the patinage, shall we say, number treble 8 car. It's still Rafael Drash at the moment. I think there's some lapped traffic there as well. Moving aside, that's the red, white and blue machine, which I think is Carl Hazelton, the Porsche Centre Chester driver, the number 24 there being lapped. We've got past him, no problem. Down towards Stowe Corner, and I think Dan Blake's got the inside line away there. Is he finally going to get past Ian Bailey? They're side by side on the exit on the run up towards Club. Yes, Dan Blake, I think, has got it. He's through into third position. And I'm not sure they're going to catch second placeman Chris Knox. They're certainly not going to catch Rafael Drash as long as he keeps his head. He has got this race in the bag. A fight further back in the order going on as well. That's meantime, looking further back in the order now, we've got a great fight going on. The British Racing green liveried car there of Rick Selby chasing the pink machine of 69 David Ward. This is the battle for 7th place at the moment. They head round Stowe Corner. They're very close together indeed. That's 1/10 of a second in it at last count there. And 2 cars have dropped out of the race. That we seem to have lost the 41 car, Jason Woodson. We're also the 98 of Paul Warren towards the back as well. There's that side-by-side fight still going on between David Ward and Rick Selby. Just behind them is Carl Hazelton. He's a lap down in the 24. A couple of minutes left of this race now, and possibly a bit of a mistake there from David Ward coming out of Brooklands, but he's managed to hold it together in 7th place. And a gap back to 9th place there, which is the number 16 of Edward Cooper. A few seconds back. Rafael Drash still 5.5 seconds up on Chris Knox at the front of the field. Meantime, it is still very close for 3rd place. We'll pick up on that in a second. Yes, Dan Blake under pressure from Ian Bailey. Their positions have been swapping throughout the race here. Down the hanger straight they come. Here's Ian Bailey in the slipstream there going towards Stowe Corner. Is he going to line the move up this time as they go into this very tricky long right-hander? He's right almost on top of Dan Blake there. Can he get the inside line away as they come out and up towards Club Corner? I don't think he's going to do it. Dan Blake holds it together there. Rafael Drash still your leader meantime from Chris Knox. Alex Rivett in 5th place, just 1 minute to go. And Dan Blake holds, this is the main focus throughout this 3rd place fight. Alex Rivett is 5th, Gavin Johnson in 6th position, and Ward still ahead of Selby. Carl Jacolet and Ed Cooper rounding out the top 10. Pip Hammond meantime has dropped back in the 71 car. They come through Brooklands up towards Luffield. It is still Dan Blake holding that 3rd place at the moment. 10 seconds off the race lead, these two. Alex Rivett about 4 seconds further down the road in the Yearone Racing car, the Castle Combe Formula 4 regular. Somebody in towards the pits there by the look of it, possibly with lap traffic getting out of the way as still the 3rd place battle rages. The checkered flag will be going out this time for Rafael Drash. He's increased his lead to nearly 7 seconds over Chris Knox now. Still we focus on this 3rd place fight going towards the hanger straight for the last time, and Ian Bailey out of the slipstream there. He pulls alongside the 27 car of Dan Blake. He's on the outside line, though, as they come down towards Stowe Corner this time. I don't think he's going to get there, or is he around the outside? Yes, he is! Super! On the brakes there from Ian Bailey. That was an excellent bit of driving around the outside. Fantastic from Ian Bailey up into 3rd place. Meantime, shortly our race winner will be heading for the checkered flag. Ian Bailey looks like he is just about going to hang on for 3rd place. We'll stay with this battle for now. I think it's going to be Ian Bailey just from Dan Blake. We'll see what happens in the last couple of turns of this race. They're heading down towards Bridge Corner now. Blake up alongside him. He's not finished just yet, but he'll be on the outside for Bridge Corner. So the 49 car is going to do it. Meantime, our race leader is Rafael Drash. He's coming through Luffield for the final time. Started from pole position. He has led all the way in our first race this evening here at Silverstone, and the win in the Yearone 200. Our first race of the evening will go to Rafael Drash in car number 79. Second will go to Chris Knox. They were line astern for the full race distance there. Bit of a wallop. Bit of a wallop at the end of the race there, I think. Congratulations to Rafael Drash, then third, going to Ian Bailey, and Dan Blake and Alex Rivette rounding out the top 5. Gavin Johnson, number 9, in 6th. Seventh goes to David Ward. He topped out his battle by just a couple of tenths with Rick Selby, Cal Jacolet and Edward Cooper rounding out the top 10. So our final car across the line will be number 337, Lee Vaughan, who recovered from a crash in free practice earlier on. Okay, so let's bring you the results of our first race from Silverstone, round 5 of the PDC Racing League, the Yearone 200. The winner was number 79 of Rafael Drash. Congratulations to him. Second was 888 of Chris Knox, and third, number 49, Ian Bailey. Fourth was 27, Dan Blake. Great fight between those two. Fifth was number 113, Alex Rivette. Sixth, number 9 of Gavin Johnson. In 7th place, number 69, David Ward. 8th was number 6, Rick Selby. 9th, 42 of Carl Jacolet. And in 10th place, number 16, Ed Cooper. Beyond that were 48, Ian Crosby in 11th. 12th was number 13, Ian Best. Then 13th, number 71, Pip Hammond, who dropped back a bit further as the race went on. 14th for number 40, Ben Hansey, a quiet race. 21, Ian Griffin. 16th, 24 of Carl Hazelton. 17th, 337, Lee Vaughan. And the remaining runners were 00 of Gary Bailey. 39, Jake Banwell. 64, Alex Hall. 92, Jordan Johnson. 98, Paul Warren. And 41, Jason Wood, who we lost midway through. So well indeed to Rafael Drash, the MX5 regular, takes the win in our first race here at Silverstone, the Yearone 200, round 5 of the PDC Racing League. And thanks again to all our sponsors, title sponsors, PDC Racing, SR Electrical as well. Steve Tuff for his sponsorship, supporting these championships in 2016. Bottomley Distillers, producers of Pin Gin and Rumcat. Also producing hand sanitizers to help during the current virus outbreak, so full credits to them. RS Components as well. They're running a STEM project alongside PDC Racing, schools with their PDC Porsche 924 to inspire and engage with young students. And of course to Template Engineering Consultancy for their sponsorship as well. Thanks to Phil Griffiths. I'm sure Erin Griffiths will be ready on the podium to present the trophies to the top 3 after that one as well. So well done to everybody in our first race of the evening here at Silverstone. Congratulations, race winner, Rafael Drash.
Lovely, and we're going to go to an advert and we'll be back in about 10 minutes. Are you alright to say that?
So we're going to take a short break now, about 5 or 10 minutes. We'll be back for round 6 of the PDC Racing League, a slightly longer race at 40 minutes. Back shortly.
Growing up as a kid in Oklahoma, where I'm from, the Chili Bowl is the biggest race that we have. The Chili Bowl has kind of been my favorite race of the year. Growing up a dirt racer in Oklahoma, that's kind of the holy grail.
Good evening and welcome back, race fans, to the home of British motorsport here at Silverstone on this Friday evening. It is rounds 5 and 6 of the 2020 PDC Racing League. Dave Goddard here, your commentator, taking you through the evening's action, currently under qualifying conditions ahead of round number 6 of the championship. If you missed round 5, it was a win for number 79, Rafał Drasz, the Polish-born racer, qualifying on pole position, leading every lap ahead of the treble 8 car of Chris Knox. They ran 1-2 throughout. There was a brilliant battle for third between Ian Bailey and Dan Blake. We'll see later on what that's done to the championship, because of course there are points on qualifying as well. It was Gavin Johnson, number 9, who led the championship coming into tonight's meeting here at Silverstone after racing over in Texas, USA last week. 2 rounds of the championship still to go. You can join us for those as well. Race 2 will be a slightly longer event. We had the Yearone 200 earlier on. Race 2 is the Yearone 400. Yearone Griffiths is our title sponsor of this race, along with Template Engineering Consultancy and PDC Racing. So it'll be, somebody going off there. That's Pip Hammond has found the gravel to Brooklands Corner there. He slipped down the order towards the end of race number 1 as we watch Chris Knox and David Ward together. So it will be Yearone Griffiths, who is our Grand Marshal effectively for this second race of the day. There's David Ward in the Pink Pig, as we've called it. Famous livery used by Porsche at Le Mans, of course, the Pink Pig. Chasing now Chris Knox, the Mini Challenge champion, looking to go one better than race number 1. He won't go one better if he drives like that. So normal David Ward, he spins there over the pit lane exit. He's got a wheel on stick. Oh, they're all going off. Who's this? That's Pip Hammond, I think, also going for a spin. Oh dear, oh dear. Well, there's the number 42 car. That's Carl Jacquelet, one of the Year 1 racing drivers. He was in the lower reaches of the top 10 in race number 1. Another Year 1 racing car behind him there. That's, I think, either Dan Blake or Alex Rivet. running together. That is Alex Rivett, the Formula Ford racer at the Castle Combe Circuit in Wiltshire, making the step up to Silverstone. Looking to do some MX5 racing this year as well. There's number 24, that's Carl Hazelton, I think that is. The Porsche Centre Chester run car, races in the PCGB Resto Racing Championship in a Porsche Boxster, all run by different Porsche dealerships around the UK. There's a replica of the Pink Pig car, races in that. That's the Porsche Wolverhampton car. I believe stock car racer Hannah Chappell is looking to race that in the coming. Carl Jacquelet has gone quickest for Yearone Racing, number 42, ahead of Edward Cooper, the classic stock hatch racer, the blue and yellow, number 16 car. I just caught a glimpse of that there on the Hanger Straight. Ian Best is third fastest, number 13. That's the all-white car. A newcomer to motor racing, Ian Best, the man behind ABAC Air Compressors. There's Jason Wood, number 41, PDC Racing car, classic stock hatch regular. He's the Rumcat sponsored driver. Sure, a sip of rum will be needed if he takes the win tonight. He's doing a bit of sliding there. That's to lift off. Oh, he's hit the grass round. He goes, nearly saved that one, but not quite. I hope he hasn't been at the rum already. No drinking and driving, even in sim racing. Thank you very much. Over the grass goes Jason Wood and rejoins. So Carl Jacquelet quickest, ahead of Ian Crosby now second, number 48. Out for his distinctive green and white. Edward Cooper is third, then Ian Best, Carl Hazelton, and Rick Selby at number 6. He had a terrific battle for ninth place, if I remember rightly, with David Ward in race 1. There is Rick Selby, the number 6 car, ex-British Universities Karting Championship competitor. Hasn't done very much racing since then. There's David Ward going very slowly on the outside. They get through past him, no problem. There'll be a yellow flag out there at Luffield. Rafael Drash, meanwhile, I've not seen a representative time from him so far in this qualifying session. He's got about 3.5 more minutes to set a time here. There's the blue and yellow of Edward Cooper. He's now in 6th position. Now quickest is Alex Rivett. He goes fastest with a 2:03.381. 3/10 of a second quicker than Carl Jacquelet. Gavin Johnson is up into 3rd place. Now, Gavin Johnson, some may have noticed, is running a red crash helmet in this meeting. And that is as a nod to, we'll see it here, as a nod to our Grand Marshal Ewan Griffiths. It says, as a nod to his favourite team, Liverpool FC. Sadly, I'm a United fan, says the notes we got from Gavin Johnson. I presume he means Manchester United. I don't do football myself. If it hasn't got an engine, I'm not interested. There is the number 9, then Gavin Johnson. Porsche 924 regular, champion in that division in 2018, the BRSCC Porsche Championship. Works as a racing instructor. He's going to be competing with the Historic Sports Car Club this year as well. Very smart white livery, number 9. He's 4th quickest in this qualifying session behind Alex Rivett, Carl Jacquelet and Ian Crosby. Rick Selby is 5th, then Ian Best, Ed Cooper and Carl Hazelton. There's Pip Hammond, number 71, and he is chasing down there. Who is that? That's the number 98, Paul Warren, former Bangor racer. Nickname was Firestorm in the Bangors. Wasn't that an entry in Robot Wars, Firestorm? There is the number 98, races on the circuits these days, I believe, in stock hatch competition. He's had to go at Honda Civic Racing as well. And that's amber and red livery car, and he goes off track there on the exit of Stowe. Pip Hammond gets past him. Interesting sponsor on the side of Paul Warren's car, Schnitzelwagen, he's sponsored by. Hot dogs all round if he takes a win then. There you can see it, Paul Warren. So tasty, it says on the side pod. Kind of reminds me of the Chicken Pit sponsored car in that Burt Reynolds film, Stroker Race, about the NASCAR driver. There's Dave Ward in the Pink Pig, running wide on the exit of Cops again. He always does that. Slow car up ahead of him there. That, I think, might be Jason Wood, the 41. Still not seeing any representative times coming from quite a few cars in this session. And we're coming towards the end of the session. Alex Rivett still quickest ahead of Carl Jacquelet, so this is going to be a bit of a shake-up from round 5 that we saw earlier on as we get ready for round 6, the Yearone 400. Ewan and Erin are Grand Marshals here on behalf of Template Engineering, which their dad Phil Griffiths runs. Oh, somebody has lost a wheel, I think, there. I can see a wheel bouncing down the outside of Stowe Corner. Didn't see who that came off. Somebody spinning in the background. I think that's Jason Wood, the 41 that's gone off. There's the 69 of Dave Ward, goes through Club Corner towards the second part of the lap on this more historic Grand Prix. They're going very wide there. Track limits much, Mr. Ward. Checkered flag is about to come out. Yes, the end of the session is nigh, and it will be Alex Rivette who is quickest then in car number 113, the Yearone Racing car. There he is. He will start from pole for round 6 of the PDC Racing League 2020. 48 Ian Crosby, second fastest. And well, it looks like our round 5 winner, Rafael Drash, will be starting from the back. There is 48 Ian Crosby in the Specsavers sponsored car. Good to know he can see where he's going. A late change at the top. Carl Jacquelet has just gone quickest. Where did that come from? So that's made an all Yearone Racing front row. Cracking stuff. Carl Jacquelet out of nowhere and all over the place there on the outside. Who was that? Running out very wide. I thought we were going to have a spin there. Didn't quite see who it was. So it's Jacquelet from Rivette and Crosby. Gavin Johnson, currently 4th quickest, coming up to the line. Can he improve from 4th place? Traffic ahead of him there. No, I don't think Gavin's going to improve. In fact, he's coming to a stop, so a problem there for Gavin Johnson, the number 9. So that's end of session then. The car stopped on the exit of the pit lane as well. The 24, that is of Carl Hazelton. So that's the end of qualifying for round 6 of the PDC Racing League. 41 Jason Wood still out there on track. Here comes Pip Hammond, the 71. What sort of a time is he going to put in here? Is he going to move up the placings? I certainly think so. Yes, he goes 7th. And Ian Bailey goes 2nd. 49 Ian Bailey, who had that titanic battle earlier on for 3rd place as Pip Hammond goes off at Copse. Ian Bailey there is the 49 car. He goes 2nd quickest, bumps Ian Crosby and Alex Rivette down to the 2nd row. So it'll be Carl Jacquelet and Ian Bailey on the front row. 2nd row for Ian Crosby and Alex Rivette. 3rd row, Gavin Johnson and Rick Selby. 4th row, Ed Cooper and Pip Hammond. 5th row, it's Ian Best and Carl Hazelton. And on row 6, we've got Lee Vaughan and Dave Ward. 7th row, Jason Wood and Paul Warren. The 8th row, Jake Banwell and Ian Gribben. 9th row, Chris Knox and Rafael Drash, the top 2 from race 1 down on the 9th row. 10th row, Dan Blake and Alex Hall. And the 12th row, Ben Hansey and Gary Bailey. Jason Wood. You won't get back to the pits that way, Jason. He's heading for Brackley. Where is he going? Heading for the Silverstone Golf Club at the moment. That won't please Tony Hunter, the Tricolor Trophy racer who has worked with Silverstone Golf Club for some time. Gets it back on the course, though. Bit of grass tracking there from 41 of Jason Wood. And behind PDC, Electrical Engineers. Okay, here we go then, almost ready to go racing there. Silverstone round 6 of the PDC Racing League. In pole position, it will be number 42 of Carl Jacquelet. Alongside him, 49 of Ian Bailey. He could be one of the favourites here after that race for 3rd place in race 1. There is the grid coming into line there. There's Ian Bailey, the white and blue car. Ian Crosby, the green and white Specsavers car. Alex Rivette in the colours of Yearone Racing. Just waiting for everybody to appear on the grid. For round 6 of the PDC Racing League gets underway. Identical Skip Barber Formula 2000 race cars, these little single-seaters. Looks like everybody is now in position then. Carl Jacquelet on pole, Ian Bailey alongside Ian Crosby and Alex Rivette filling the 2nd row, the 2nd of the Yearone racing cars. Gavin Johnson and Rick Selby on row 3. And then Ed Cooper, it should be Pip Hammond, just waiting for his car to appear on the grid. Tension beginning to mount here at Silverstone, what should be a 30-minute race. The Yearone 400, Grand Marshal Ewan Griffiths will press the button for the start lights, and then this race will be underway. Who's it going to be this time? Then watch for Rafael Drash coming through the field. Also Dan Blake. Also Chris Knox is further down this grid. The treble 8 car, you can see that sort of brown liveried patinaed car on the inside around the middle of the grid, just behind Rafael Drash. He's lining up in 11th place. Chris Knox is 13th behind. Here we go then. Lights are on. Revs rise. Nearly a jump start there from, I think that was Jason Wood. And here we go. Away they go then down towards Copse Corner for the first time. Side by side for second place. A great start by number 42, Carl Jacolet. He has got the lead for Yearone Racing as they head down towards Copse for the first time. Side by side for second place. Ian Bailey sweeps around the outside of Ian Crosby. Any problems further back in the pack? That looks like they've all got round there. Is the number 21 cut, Ian Gribben, one of our classic stock hatch racers. They head towards the Maggots and Beckett's complex for the first time. It's Carl Jacolet who has got the lead. Ian Bailey in second. Looks like going over the curbs there. Alex Rivetto on this contact. That's taken out. Ian Crosby, I think the 48 has gone off. A spin at the back. I think that's Jason Wood in the 41. So a bit of chaos there at Beckett for the first time. Somebody else going off towards the back, and onto the grass goes the 24 of Carl Hazelton as well. A spin for Paul Warren in car number 98. Rafael Drash has been delayed in all that too. Dear oh dear, not the start. There's a number of drivers wanted there. So the race starts to settle down with Carl Jacolet in the lead. On board with the number 40 car there of Ben Hansey. He was involved in all of that as well. I think the MX5 champion from 2019, the 5 club champion. And the leaders heading through towards Bridge Corner for the first time. We're looking at further back in the pack. There's Pip Hammond, chased by Ian Best in the number 13 car. A spin there for Hammond. That's at Brooklands Corner. We lose the 71 car. A rare mistake from the racing instructor. Rejoins just behind Rafael Drash. He was delayed a bit in that first lap schmozzle. So your leader is Carl Jacolet ahead of Ian Bailey. By a few hundredths of a second there as they cross the line. Ian Bailey, great fight in the first race. Can he go a couple of places better in this one? Came through from 7th on the grid. Chris Knox has taken a spin as well. So Chris doing a bit of stunt driving of his own. The man who's worked on the Fast and the Furious movies, among others. Still Carl Jacolet who's got the lead ahead. Ian Bailey. Gavin Johnson on the move as well in the number 9. And also Gary Bailey, the 00. Is on the move, the black car. Somebody over the grass there. That was Gavin Johnson, I think, the number 9 on the exit of Stoke Corner. Now, has he held 4th place? David Ward's on the move up as well in the pink pig, number 69. Certainly not handling like a pig in this one. On the tail of Johnson now. It's still Jacolet who leads from Bailey. Ian Bailey, that is. Gary Bailey in 3rd. It's Johnson, Ward, Crosby. Jake Banwell is up into 7th place, number 39. The short oval regular, competed in saloon stock cars, among others. Not using the bumper in this one. Ian Bailey attacking for the lead. Lead battle goes through. It's Ian Bailey now up front, so he has taken the lead. Bailey from Jacques. Gary Bailey in third place. So Ian Bailey, we said he'd be a likely favourite in this one. He's certainly proving to be. We head down the Hanger Straight now. Gary Bailey still third ahead of Johnson, Ward, Crosby, and Ian Best, the number 13. He does head through, and Ian Bailey runs a bit wide there at Stowe Corner. Towards Club. Carl Jacques trying to attack to retake the lead. Further back in third is Gary Bailey in the black car. Then we've got, looks like it could be number 6 of Rick Selby coming through. Or has he been lapped? No, he's further down the timing screen here. My mistake. Through come the leaders. Move down to the final complex now. They're fairly well clear, but a few seconds now from Gary Bailey in third. Gavin Johnson still in fourth place with the red Liverpool Left C helmet, in deference to our Grand Marshal for this race. Here come the leaders down towards Bridge Corner. Can Carl Jacques make a move? Rare to see overtakes at the fast Bridge Corner. Oh, Ian Bailey is able to hang on in the 49, but he goes a little bit wide over the curbs there, coming out of Priory towards Brooklands. And the battle for third place further back with Gavin Johnson trying to chase down Gary Bailey for that third place in this Yearone 400, round 6 of the PDC Racing League. David Ward still in 5th place, and just behind Gavin Johnson there in the number 9. Over the line they go. Ian Bailey by 0.3 of a second from Carl Jacques. Dave Ward all over the back of Gavin Johnson. Then we have got Ian Crosby, who's recovered nicely after that tangle on the first corner. The third corner, we should say, up at Beckett's on the first lap. Pip Hammond's moving up nicely as well after spinning at Luffield for the first time. There is the 71 going through Copse Corner. Somebody going very wide there over the tarmac runoff area at Copse. And that might have been Jake Banwell, possibly the 39 car. Ed Cooper goes through, the number 16. Further of our classic stock hatch racer. Rafael Drash, the winner of round 5, quite a way down the order here, well outside the top 10, the number 79 car. Here comes Ed Cooper, chased by one of the Yearone Racing cars. Or is that one? No, that green machine is a different car. I apologise. That's the number 64, I think, of Alex Hall. Alex, another ex-stock hatch racer, now competes at Harewood Hillclimb near Leeds with a couple of cars. Back on the circuits here today. In time we rejoin our lead battle. Ian Bailey with Carl Jacques all over the back of him. They head up towards Bridge Corner once again. And Jacques up the inside as they go into Priory. Has he made a move stick there? Very close as they come through towards Brooklands Corner. And yes, Jacques retakes the lead from Ian Bailey. Good driving by the number 42 Yearone Racing driver, Carl Jacques. He's now got the lead. Clear of their opposition as the tune of nearly 6 seconds ahead of Gary Bailey. Over the line they come. Coming up to just over half distance. No, not just over half distance, sorry, about 1/3 distance in this 30-minute race, not 20 minutes. That was race 1. Bailey still all over Carl Jacques. Can he retake the lead? They're absolutely together as they go through Copse Corner there. Bailey, is he in front as they come up? No, he hasn't quite done it. Still Jacques, the green and black car. The pink flashes that leads as they go into Maggots, then through towards Beckett's. Round the right-hander they come. Still Jacques from Bailey. In third is Gary Bailey, running on his own now. He's got the seconds clear of Dave Ward, who's got ahead of Gavin Johnson, meanwhile, up into 4th position. It's Ian Crosby, Ian Best, Pip Hammond, Chris Knox and Ed Cooper, rounding out the first 10 runners in this round 6 of the PDC Racing League. They could be side by side again here, going down towards Stowe Corner. Ian Bailey has a look on the exit as they come through the Vale. And Carl Jacquelet holds it off as they go through towards Club Corner, then through to Abbey and then Bridge. Defensive driving here by Carl Jacquelet again. Ian Bailey tries to get the inside line away. Through towards Abbey. Right on his gearbox there as they head into the left-hander, sweep their way up towards Bridge Corner. He's not going to try and move there, surely, at the inside. That's very brave if he does. I don't think he's going to overlap with the number 42. No, Jacquelet still has the lead. 12 minutes of this race gone. So Gary Bailey third, then Ward, Johnson, Crosby, Best, Hammond, Knox and Cooper. He's your top 10. You stay with the lead battle for the moment. Rafael Drashar, race 1 winner, down in 15th place at the moment. Struggled in qualifying this time around. He just heads through Cops Corner. Further back in the order, meanwhile, Pip Hammond giving good chase to the number 13 of Ian Best, racing newcomer this year. Looking to make a move here into Cops Corner. This is the battle for 7th place. Hammond doesn't quite get the move done. Ian Best holds on. This is good stuff from the ABAC air compressors car. He's got Hammond right on his tail there as they head up towards Maggotts Corner. Hammond doesn't manage to get it done, so unlikely he'll get through at Beckett's, then into the left flick of Chapel and onto the hanger straight. He could slipstream in there, but look who's closing up behind them. Treble 8, Chris Knox, former champion in the mini challenge in car number 888. Second place behind Rafael Drash in race 1. You're looking for a better run here. Pip Hammond, meanwhile, tries to get a run on Ian Best as they go down towards Stowe Corner. Can he get the inside away? No, Ian Best again holds off. This is good driving, belying his slight lack of experience compared to his pursuer here, Ian Best. Carl Jacquelet, meantime, up front, I think, has retaken the lead from Ian Bailey. Yes, he's just about held it. There's been a few swaps of position between those two. We got somebody off. Who's that? In the gravel trap on the outside there. I think that's the leaders that are tangled. That's Jacquelet off, yes. He's tangled with Ian Bailey, so the lead battle has come to a head there, certainly. So Carl Jacquelet trying to rejoin there. So is that going to give the lead to Gary Bailey in 00? We'll see as they come through. So the lead battle boils over between Ian Bailey and Carl Jacquelet. Now, has Ian Bailey survived that? I think he has. And has still got the lead. Yes, Ian Bailey across the line. So it's the Baileys 1-2. Dave Ward is now up into 3rd place. So it's Carl Jacquelet who went off there. He's dropped down the order. Ian Bailey, that's in front now by 1.8 seconds, near enough, ahead of Gary Bailey in 2nd place. It's Ward, Johnson, Crosby and Best. And Carl Jacquelet has dropped down to the top 10 after that off. The leaders are heading through out of Beckett's. Ian Bailey's car is damaged, so is he going to be able to soldier on here, or is Gary going to take the lead? Of course, Gary is the one better known for his banger racing skills. It looks like he could be up and into the lead shortly here in the 00. All black man from Exeter. We'll wait and see as they come through next time around. They're coming towards the end of the lap now, I think. Further back in the order, Chris Knox, I think, has got ahead of Pip Hammond now and is attacking Ian Best. As I say that, Chris Knox goes off over the tarmac runoff area there on the outside. I think that was up at Club Corner. trying to attack Ian Best there. This is the fight for what is 6th position. They're heading up towards Bridge through Abbey. Best holds the place, then Knox and Hammond. So a nice three-way fight developing here for 6th position. Chris Knox, the meat in the sandwich there. And down towards the left at Brooklands. Can he make a move on the number 13 of Ian Best? In a superb performance so far at the wheel of these little Formula 2000 single-seaters here in the Yearone 400. But Knox may have left the door open there for Pip Hammond as they came out towards Woodcote. And he moves back in again, protects the line on the inside. Meantime, Ian Bailey, despite some damage to his car, he's still leading ahead of Gary Bailey. 1.5 seconds up. We'll see what the gap is as they go over the line next time through. Some backmarker traffic in the way as well, and as I say that, I think Gary Bailey has just clipped that backmarker. That was the 24 of Carl Hazelton that went spinning. There was contact there, I think, with Gary Bailey. So the Baileys could be reeled in here by Dave Ward in the pink number 69. He's got Gavin Johnson, the championship leader, coming into tonight's racing on his tail. Man, it's all starting to close up at the front here. Ian and Gary Bailey running first and second, 1.5. All the interest behind them. Here comes Ward. Here comes Gavin Johnson, trying to protect his championship lead. We seem to have lost Dan Blake for star of race 1. He's out of this one. Also Ian Bribben, number 21, I think we've lost as well. But never mind that, because the battle for second is intensifying here now. Catching the 00 of Gary Bailey after he tangled with the backmarker up at Beckett's, and Dave Ward, I think he's trying to go through on the run out of Abbey into second. He's got second position. Dave Ward, number 69, up into second place. Now, Gavin Johnson will try and do the same thing as they head towards Brooklands corner. Gary Bailey, I suspect, has got a bit of damage, and as a result of that tangle with the backmarker, it looks like the nose cone of his car is damaged. So the Bailey's sporting near identical damage here, but Ian is still ploughing on in the lead of the race. We watch this superb fight for second place. Dave Ward has it at the moment. Gary Bailey's gone wide coming out of Woodcote there. Could this be Gavin Johnson's chance to move into a podium position? Dave Ward defending second place. And in fact, they're so busy battling each other, these three. They've lost a couple of seconds to Ian Bailey, who now leads by 3.659 seconds. The white car out in front. Now, who's that behind the race leaders there? That green machine, I think that's a back marker. Or is Ian Crosby closing up as well? Let's have a look at the time. No, he's 4 seconds further back, so that's not Crosby in behind them. There goes Dave Ward. Now, has he caught Ian Bailey, or is that a back marker? I think that's another back marker ahead of Ian Bailey. Pick up on who that is as they come through. Dave Ward defending second from the damaged car of Gary Bailey. Then it's Gavin Johnson. And that's Jason Wood. Jason Wood doing the same as he did in qualifying, running wide there on the exit of Stowe Corner. And he spins again. Oh dear, Jason Wood's not having much luck today, the PDC Racing car. Second place battle goes on. Ward in the pink car ahead of Gary Bailey and Gavin Johnson, but all the time they battle, they're losing time to Ian Bailey, and he knows his car's got some damage after tangling with Carl Jacquelet earlier on. Jacquelet now well down the order. Top 10 is now Bailey, Ian Bailey out front, then Ward, Gary Bailey and Gavin Johnson. Behind them, Ian Crosby. Chris Knox is in 6th position, Pip Hammond 7th, Ian Best 8th, then Bill Cooper 9th, Alex Rivet is in 10th place. Rafael Drash, our race 1 winner, is 11th. In this, the Yearone 400. Ewan Griffiths enjoying the action from the sidelines. He'll be presenting the trophies to the winners. As the fight goes on here on the Silverstone Grand Prix circuit. What's the lead gap going to be this time for Ian Bailey over David Ward, with about 9 minutes of this race still to go? 3 seconds is still the lead for Ian Bailey. Gary Bailey still sandwiched in this fight with David Ward and Gavin Johnson for second place. The three covered by less than a second as they come up towards the Maggots at Beckett's complex. Through the right-hander they come, and Gary Bailey not able to make a move. Meantime, Pip Hammond has moved up, and I think something's happened for Chris Knox there. He's losing ground, so Chris Knox has had a moment somewhere. He's dropped down the timing screen out of the top 10 in treble 8. He's behind Alex Hall now, the number 64, so we'll try and find out what's happened to the 888 car. Must have had a spin somewhere. Meantime, has there been a change for second? No, there hasn't. David Ward is still there. So we'll take a look a bit further down the top 10 in a moment with the fight between Pip Hammond and Ian Best. They're fighting over 6th position at the moment. Better run by Pip Hammond, recovering nicely after a spin at left field on lap number 1. There's only a few minutes left to go, only about 7 minutes remaining now. This battle heads down towards Bridge Corner. Still your leader is Ian Bailey. The gap has come down by a few tenths here at Silverstone. 2.79 now the gap. Ward, Gary Bailey and Gavin Johnson. And the battle between Pip Hammond and Ian Best side by side across the line there. Hammond had the inside line. Alex Rivette is not far behind them as well. That's the fight for 6th position. Ian Crosby, number 48, the Specsavers car, been rather left on its own in 5th place. Coming down the hanger straight there. Tangled up at Beckett's on the first lap, has fought back into 5th position. Looking good for Ian Bailey here. Just needs to keep nursing the car. They appear to have lost Rafael Drash, possibly. He's made a pit stop, which has dropped him back, so it won't be a double win for Rafael here at Silverstone. Wait to see what the lead gap is when they come through next time around. Still around 3 seconds in it between Bailey and David Ward, who's holding off Gary Bailey for that 2nd place. Gavin Johnson behind them in 4th position. In fact, has there been a change there? Yes, there has. Dave Ward's dropped back to 4th place, so up to 2nd now. It is Gary Bailey as they come out of Woodcut. So it's Gavin Johnson in behind them. He's got 3rd place now, so David Ward made a mistake somewhere in that 2nd part of the lap. He's down to 4th. So evenly matched, the Skip Barber Formula 2000 cars. A couple of cars have made pit stops there. One of them is number 16 of Edward Cooper. Coming towards the closing stages now. Just about 5 minutes of this race still to go. The Yearone 400 here at Silverstone. Ian and Gary Bailey in 1st and 2nd place. Dave Ward has dropped back to 4th. Crosby still 5th. Hammond still ahead of Ian Best for 6th position. Alex Rivette, Rick Selby and Alex Hall rounding out the top 10. Oh, and somebody spinning off there. Who is that? I think that was Ian Best. Yes, Ian Best has gone. The number 13. Unlucky 13 for him. Loses it in his fight with Pip Hammond, who's now being caught by Alex Rivette for that 6th position. Ian Best has rejoined. He's all okay. Meantime, Pip Hammond under fire from the Yearone Racing car of Alex Rivette. The 113 draws alongside as they go down the hanger straights up the inside. He takes 6th position. Pip Hammond loses out there in the 71 car. Porsche 924 champion, classic stock hatch champion with a Vauxhall Nova a couple of times. Meantime, back up with the second place battle. Gary Bailey still there in second place. That car can't be handling too well though with that damaged nose. Takes a bit of curve there. You can see him sliding around. Gavin Johnson still there in third. He could preserve his championship lead here today. Dave Ward behind them in fourth in the pink machine. Still your leader is Ian Bailey. He's only got 3 minutes to go now. Are they catching him? We'll see as they go over the line this time. This second place battle. Is the gap coming down? Charge their way over the line. In fact, the gap has gone out by 0.2 of a second that time around. These three need to work together to try and move up the order instead of fighting each other. Try and reel Ian Bailey in. Ian Crosby is fifth, then Pip Hammond sixth, Best, Rivette, Selby and Hall rounding out the top 10 now. Let's see Alex Hall up into the top 10. Carl Jacquelet, who led early on before we tangle with Ian Bailey, is in 11th place, and there is our race leader, the blue-white car recorded off there, Ian Bailey. So the gap is coming down slightly, I would say. Down the hanger straight they come. Is Gavin Johnson lining up to make a move here for second place. Well, he's not. He got a little bit sideways through Stowe Corner that time with the red crash helmets. The Liverpool FC crash helmets. A gift for our Grand Marshal. Maybe be presented with that, Sir Ewan Griffiths, after this race. Gavin Johnson challenging Gary Bailey, who's still there in second. Dave Ward runs a bit wide over the curbs there, coming through Club Corner. Towards the left-hander at Abbey. Johnson, is he lining up for a move here? Gary Bailey sends him wide, though. No, you don't, says Gary Bailey. Yes, I do, says Gavin Johnson. Up the inside of the bridge corner. Goodness me, that's a brave move. Bailey's gone wide, gets a wheel on the grass there, but he's held second place. As we said, passing moves at bridge, very rare indeed. Swinging to the inside now. Will Johnson get him into Brooklands corner? Careful not to bang wheels there. And Gary Bailey in the double O has held second place. It's close. 1 minute left on the clock now, so I think they're going into what will be their last lap. And of course, the harder they fight each other, more Ian Bailey, our race leader, can break away. This is great stuff. Now Gavin Johnson's got to run on the inside, down the pit straight, up towards Copse Corner. Will he get the drive needed here? Up the inside into Copse. Gavin Johnson is going to take second place away, I think, unless the double O. Oh, there's a back marker coming out of the pits right in front of them there. Goodness me, I think that's Alex Hall in the 64 car who's made a pit stop possibly. They've all got through. Look at Dave Ward at the inside. What a cheeky bit of driving there. He's trying to take both of them. Johnson late on the brakes into Maggots. Bailey round the outside. Oh, who's going to come out of this with second? It's Johnson who gets through in second place. My goodness, the car of Alex Hall there that had made a pit stop, rejoined in the worst possible place, right in front of that second place battle, and it's let Johnson through into second. But this is letting Ian Bailey escape with the lead. Now Dave Ward at the inside is going to take Gary Bailey. You can see that damaged nose cone is affecting him here in a straight line. Dave Ward at the inside into Stowe Corner, takes the place away, up into third. Of the 30 minutes, according to my clock, is up. It looks like we're going to see the checkered flag at this time for Ian Bailey. In fact, there is one more lap to go, I'm told. There is one more lap, I apologise. I'm told by race control. Still Ian Bailey. From Gavin Johnson now in second. This will do wonders to his championship hopes as we go past the halfway stage of the PDC Racing League season tonight. Swing their way through bridge. Gary Bailey all over the back of Dave Ward. Fantastic fight these three have had all race long. Behind them, Ian Crosby. Then a gap back to Alex Rivette, who's now up into sixth place. He's got past Pip Hammond. Then Ian Best, Rick Selby and Carl Jacquelet rounding out the top 10 after that pit stop by Alex Hall. Dave Ward to the inside at Luffield. Holds on ahead of Gary Bailey. The inside line, there goes Ian Bailey. You can see some damage on the front of his car. He's got the gap up to nearly 5 seconds because of these three squabbling with each other. 1 lap to go. There goes Ian Crosby in 5th position. And then in 6th, it's Alex Rivett, then Pip Hammond. A few seconds further back, we will have Ian Best, Rick Selby, and Carl Jacquelet, the pole sitter for this race. Well, what might have been for him, really, because of that tangle with Ian Bailey while they were fighting for the lead. We've lost a few cars further back. Slight race of attrition in the pack, and probably a few taken out in that first lap tangle at Beckett's. There is the second place fight. Johnson from Ward and Bailey. I don't think they're going to catch Ian Bailey now. He is heading for victory. The man lying 5th in the championship coming into tonight's round. So do wonders for his championship hopes. Rafael Drash not even in the top 20 of the championship, so that will jump him up the order. There's the fight between Ian Best and Rick Selby. Selby getting through there down the back straight. Looks like his rear wing is slightly askew on the number 6 car. Rick Selby, the ex-British Universities karting championship competitor, going well. But here is the man at the front of the field, coming in to take the checkered flag this time. Despite that missing nose cone after tangling with Carl Jacquelet, number 49, Ian Bailey, the man from the southwest. He had a terrific battle with Dan Blake for 3rd in race 1. He's coming in to take the win, this time here at Silverstone in round 6 of the PDC Racing League. The win goes to Ian Bailey. Gavin Johnson will hold off David Ward in 2nd place. 4th goes to Gary Bailey. Terrific fight between those three. Well done to them. 5th, it's Ian Crosby in the number 48, and 6th for Alex Rivett in number 113. Pip Hammond in 7th, despite spinning on the opening lap at Luffield. And then further back, we'll see the battle between Rick Selby and Ian Best. Rick Selby taking 8th on the last lap. We ride with Ian Best over the line here at Silverstone. And it should be number 42, Carl Jacquelet, to round out the top 10. Here we are on board with the very brightly painted Yearone Racing car. What might have been for Carl Jacquelet. He fought tooth and nail for the lead with Ian Bailey, the pair eventually tangling, and Jacquelet going off. He's able to drag the car out of the gravel, and it's going to come in to finish in 10th position. 11th behind him, it is Ed Cooper. 12th, Alex Hall. And we'll confirm the full results in a moment. Okay, let's confirm the results for you then of the 6th round of the PDC Racing League 2020, the Yearone 400. Ewan Griffiths will present the trophies to the top 3. Your winner, number 49, Ian Bailey. 2nd, number 9 of Gavin Johnson. And 3rd, 00, Gary Bailey. 4th place went to number 48, Ian Crosby. In 5th place, 113, Alex Rivett. 6th, number 71, Pip Hammond. 7th, number 6, Rick Selby. 8th, number 13, Ian Best. Dave Ward appears 9th in number 69. Now, he crossed the line in the top 3, so we'll check the race control what happened there. Dave Ward showing in 9th, and Carl Jacquelet, number 42, rounds out the top 10. 11th, number 16, Edward Cooper. 12th, 64, Alex Hall. 13th, number 24, Carl Hazelton. The other finishers, 39, Jake Banwell, and beyond that, 79, Rafael Drash. 40, Ben Hansey. 888, Chris Knox. 98, Paul Warren. 41, Jason Wood. 337, Lee Vaughan. 21, Ian Gribben. And 27, Dan Blake. So we leave a penalty for David Ward there. Not sure of the reason why. Dropping him down to 9th there. Great shame after his involvement in the 2nd place battle. But that concludes the action here at rounds 5 and 6 of the PDC Racing League 2020. A thank you once again to all of our sponsors. Thanks to Phil Griffiths of Template Engineering Consultancy, and also to Erin and Ewan for their support here tonight. Once again, thanks to RS Components and everybody involved with them, the likes of James Howarth, Laura Giddings and Gary Rist with RS Components, one of our key sponsors. Bottomley Distillers, producers of Pin Gin and Rumcat, currently producing hand sanitizers to help with the virus crisis, so well done to them on that. Thanks to SR Electrical Wholesalers, Steve Tuff and his team. And of course, thank you to our title sponsors, PDC Electrical Engineers. Thanks to all of you for watching tonight. Thanks to all the competitors for putting on a great show of motorsport as well. Well done to Ian Bailey and Raphael Drash, our 2 race winners. That just about concludes the action then from here at Silverstone, ladies and gents, from myself, Dave Goddard, and everybody else here at the PDC Racing League. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Thanks for watching. Good night.